welcome back to the channel. So, I'm gonna get this take today. That's my goal. It's been a minute to get it done, and with all the delays and whatnot, and finally tonight, it's freezing cold outside. I'm hoping the heater doesn't pop on. If it does, I'll have to retake. So here's hoping that I've warmed it up enough in here so that the thermostat doesn't take off on me. And let me double check. I've already double checked tuning. Went around and checked all the heads from the other day. This is looking a little, I've repositioned the snare. Now it's looking a little too, mic got a little low. So just always recheck everything before I take, obviously. Ooh, that's perfect. It's like floating like a millimeter underneath the front of the mic. And here, a little too far away. So I'm going to move it one little millisecond, not millisecond, but millimeter. Whoops. A couple millimeters back. Tiny bit forward. Really tricky. It's not a precision system. Okay, pretty good. All right. Kind of put this. Now, this microphone, I aim towards the bass drum because officially, if you were just using these two mics like for a recorder man, this would be your bass drum and this side of the kit. This is the snare and this side of the kit. Now, I've got the capsule, the large diaphragm condenser right here. Minus 20 dB, going to the rain. There's no gain on there because you don't need any. Comes into here and I've got it almost bottomed out on the channel strip because we're getting so much, it's basically disabling the preamp, I believe, almost, because I've got it to strip down so low. But we're getting good levels. Snare sounds good. It's got a little rattle in it. That's okay. All right. I've practiced it. It's a very simple part. I hit the cymbal almost every other beat, it's like just constantly hitting the cymbal, which I like. And then the rest of it is like a back, and then later and that's it. And then it's just the tempo's kind of slow, so it's really a matter of getting the tempo right, not wanting to rush it. So many times when I start tracking, I think, oh, maybe this song is too slow. And then we go play it live, and I can tell that we're forcing it, pushing it live, If you can get the tempo right and get a groove going, faster is not better, It really isn't. I've learned that over the years. It's the groove point. It's like the point where it just feels right. Like if you feel like you're rushing it, you're rushing it, All right, so no rushing. Okay, I'm going to put these headphones on, and let's see what happens. Try to get a take. Oh, I'm going to unplug. I always do that. Hopefully I have enough battery power. Yes, so far so good. All right, I unplugged just so that there's no interference with the cabling and that little power strip, because it has very little like insulation or shielding on it. It's just like a wire. All right, here we go. Whew. Got the metronome on. We double check my effect. Everything's good there. Exit, pan EQ. I'm going to check them. I always check the master, just, I don't know, make sure it's at 100. And it is, not over or under. All right, so the only effect I have engaged is in channel 1 and channel 2, which is this mic and this mic. Mainly this mic is what it's for. No effects on this, no effects on the bass drum. All right. Checking levels. I think I got good hot levels. Hopefully we won't be having distortion issues or anything like that. I want to just get good take, good technicals together. All right, here we go. Record and play together. I'm going to be cranked. The metronome is cranked up quite loudly. This isn't good for my ears, but I'm not going to do it for very long. I'm going to turn it up even more to 90. Loud. Okay, so then metronome is the most important part. The guitar and the singing is just a guide track to let me know where I am in the song. The most important element for this is the timing of that metronome, you know, the click track. All right, make sure no cables are going to slap on plastic or anything like that. All right, here we go. Can remember. Click the sticks together. And I originally wasn't gonna only on the chorus, so let's see what happens this time if I can control that. If not, I'll let it go. Who cares? I don't think anyone's listening to these drum parts that closely. Sounded like a weird beginning. Let me undo that. Here we go. Chord play. 1, 2, 3. Can remember. Forgot all my cues. Can remember. Okay, I got a little goofed on that one. And I did like where it was headed. So when I messed up, it was okay because there was a couple of times I'd already goofed anyway. All right, record play. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, come on. Just a little timid and a little off, you know. So it always just takes a while. Once you get in the groove, it's just, you know, it's not easy. It's just grinding. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that was just an awkward intro. Undo. Record play. Got to be disciplined about not going to this tom. It's like you want to, but I like sticking that new little ghost note in there that I'm. It's like a little ghost note before the cymbal beat. It's cool. My nose tickled, and I'm hearing a big motorcycle whirling by. Or I don't know what that is. It's loud. Don't listen between the gaps. You might hear dogs barking and cars driving. All right, record play. Missed the turnaround, the little tom turnaround. Yeah. All right, I'm going to turn down. Hold on, let me hear what this sounds like real quick. Turn down the guitars a little bit. Okay, here we go. waiting for the noises to go away. All right, chord play. Takes discipline to stay over here with this tom. I'm going to go restart the camera so it doesn't do that thing where it just stops and doesn't document the take. So I'll be right back. I'm going to sip water too. Okay, I returned the camera on. That's a word, returned the camera on. I turned the camera back on and off, just to start the Lumix G7 records things in 1080p packets, even though I'm officially shooting in 4K. So I don't know why it turns off after a while. It's kind of screwy. I need to upgrade that camera. I think it would just be better to have a better camera that just shoots straight up 4K, maybe a larger sensor, a larger, you know, instead of the micro thirds or whatever the thing is, micro 2/3. All right, here we go. Back to the beginning. I'm going to try to nail this. As you can see, it's an easy part, but it's a lot of restraint, and I want to make it make sense so it's not just a bunch of goofy crap going off everywhere. All right, here we go. Don't even ask me what I'm doing. Hopefully I'll be able to get this tape tonight. Yeah, drumming's hard. I need to get a new, some new rubber surrounds or something. This mic just keeps slipping down. It's driving me nuts. All right, here we go. Starting to think too much. I love my black sticks, but they're shedding black everywhere. And I don't want that getting down into the zoom. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm going so bad. I started having an itch right here in the corner of my mouth that's distracting me. And there goes another motorcycle. Gasoline alley. I did the turnarounds different that time, which is okay, but then I did less of the do-doom, did one less. It's like, why? Gotta get disciplined. That's why I'm not a drummer. It's just so difficult. God, I thought I had it that time. Don't get it. I don't get it. So easy. It's like, whew, reset. Here we go. God, so easy. Gonna have to turn off the camera again. All right, this time, who knows? It's always at that spot now for some crazy reason. Stop, stop. Stupid. Here we go. Sorry it's taking so long. It's not much fun to watch a guy keep screwing up. I'm trying to the camera worked. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's just hard. It may be that I'm going to have to come back tomorrow. Sometimes I find it when I get stuck like this, it's just because the part's still unfamiliar and your brain needs time to deal with it. Alright, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm starting to feel a little better. Like, maybe I'm going to get through this finally. I mean, it's not hard at all. Just trying to get done with it. I've been working a lot with photography. I had a huge photo shoot. Just kind of burned out. Maybe that's why. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. Just start thinking and then everything stops. It's crazy. It's like total Zen type trip. Okay, sorry. Just got off again. Just some poor execution. An awkward kind of stumble on the toms. Record play. Okay, I just let it keep going until I heard this cymbal pretty much die. Everything was fine. I did one little weird thing at the end. Hopefully that won't affect things. I'm going to plug this back in so I don't lose my battery power in case I need to do another take. I hate to just do one take and survive it and be like done. But what I can do is go home and listen to it. If it sucks, just come back. But let's, I'm going to turn on the amp so we can hear it play back and see if it's any good. Okay, I got everything hooked up, and let's see, keeping my fingers crossed, if this thing sounds good. Alright, stop. Ooh, I always do this. I'm going to turn it off to save it, even though we may not use this take. And this is an old habit I picked up on the last version, 1.10 I think. This is I don't remember what it was, but this is 1.13 I think, or 1.0. I can't remember what the version is, but it's the newest version that Zoom offers. And I have not had that happen. But what used to happen was sometimes I'd be recording, stopping, playing. You get a take and hit stop, and then start to do something else, and the machine locks up. And it just, the little timekeeper keeps, the hourglass keeps spinning like on an Apple or whatever back in the day. And eventually, you just turn off the computer and have to pull the batteries. It just would just stuck. And whatever you recorded, lost. Now, I lost a couple of, on my first record, my first solo record doing it like this, lost a couple of good takes like that, like drum takes, just heartbreakers, because as you can see, I barely survived these drum tracks, and we'll see if I survive this one. But the point being is that it's hard. It's hard to get it right, and if you're not careful, your machine will do you in. That really sucks. But I have not seen it happen like that since the new version. But as a matter of habit, every time I get a good take, no matter what it is, vocal, guitars, drums, bass, whatever, as soon as I get it and I think it's going to be good and I'm okay with it, or at least I'm like thinking it's going to be good, like this one, I'll just turn it off. That immediately saves the project. Or you could do some other kind of move that saves the project, But I just like to quickly turn it off so that it doesn't have time to do that weird glitch. But like I said, it hasn't done it since the new system, so this is all for naught, probably, talking about it. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens. I got some stuff in the background, a vocal, a guitar, and let's just see, make sure the quality of the drums is, good enough to get a take, together.
1, 2, 3.
Let me take the lights off, just so I can see the levels. Let me go back on that one. okay. It's okay. I might just try to hit it again real quick. Why not, right? Unplug that. And I did hear the heater come on. Not in the headphones, but in the room later. Let me just see if you can hear those headphones. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to listen to it with the headphones on because you couldn't really hear the metronome with that. So I'm going to listen real quick, make sure that this take is okay, and then I'm going to take it again if not. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with the Zoom. Maybe somebody out there in Zoom land can fill me in and set me straight, but I can't get the metronome to play back, in the room, on the amp over there. I've got it connected with a guitar cable. And actually I'm going to reconnect that while I'm thinking of it. But it won't play the, distracted. It won't play the metronome back, which is irritating. And so I was listening to the drums clashing with that terrible guitar, that scratch guitar and vocal that I had, and I could hear a couple of times it sounded like the drums were off because they were off with the guitars, but the guitars were just sloppily kind of bleh. I'm a terrible guitar player. I need to always go and really think before I start playing guitar, otherwise it's just a sloppy mess. And so the drums sounded like they were off when I was listening to the speaker because I couldn't hear the freaking metronome. But then I got the headphones on, listened to the entire track with no guitars, nothing, knowing the arrangement works, and I'm not worried about it anymore. So I'm pulling all that down and just listening to the drums with the click track. And I turned the click track back down to 50, so it just sounded like it was about the same volume as the drum, as opposed to like sitting way over it, so I'd stay on top of it. And that's one of my better times for staying on a click, this drum take. And I like the part. I ended up liking this little grace note stutter. That little stutter in there, and then the Phil Collins stuff, and then and it just nice pattern that I dig. It kind of reminds me of the AC/DC drummer, Phil Rudd. Not to even suggest that I'm even in the same, no, that guy. Not even in the same continent with that guy. It's one of my favorite drummers. Okay, now, all right, next time.